reading with a new set of cards. Well, I've been having them for like a couple of months, but I just started using them and playing around with them yesterday because I was scared to use them at first, because they're called Ghost and Spirit Tarot, and this ghost didn't have eyeballs, but I drew her some eyeballs so that I wouldn't feel so weird about using this deck. But I actually inherited this deck from one of my favorite stores in San Francisco. It's called the Scarlet Sage, and it is on Valencia Street. They're always giving me cards, and I don't know, we have built an awesome relationship. They have given me so many cards. That's why I have a big collection. I've only brought a few decks. I love them. But anyways, they gave me these, and I was going to do a giveaway, but I just kept them like with some sacred items, some things that I felt were protective, because I wasn't sure what to think about cards. A deck with ghosts and spirits. I was scared, I ain't gonna lie, but they've become my favorite cards. Like, they're smooth and they shuffle so good. And I like this part of the cards. I'm starting to get a better understanding of the spirit world though now, so I'm not afraid to use these cards. And since I've been getting little strange comments and just weird stuff on my love readings, things that actually affected me like in my daily life, because I've told everybody that I'm new to tarot, I'm just starting out, and they still choose to make little negative remarks and complain if the reading doesn't resonate with them. So my readings will not resonate with all people, just so that we'll say that nobody's general readings is going to resonate with the hundreds of people or thousands of people that are looking at their readings. So if it doesn't resonate with you, it's just not for you. You don't have to get smart with me or be rude. Let's say that and leave that there. So this reading is not going to be about love unless it comes out that way. This deck usually seems to give out like spiritual advice or messages from the beyond. So with that being said, we'll start now. I've already prayed and did all those great things before I turned my camera on. Watch me shuffle these cards a bit. I've already shuffled them too. All I do is sit here and shuffle while I'm watching YouTube. But here goes Nathan. Spirit, what advice do you have for my YouTube subscribers and non-subscribers who are just coming to watch and not subscribe? What messages or advice do you have for these people? So far, you got the Ace of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. I'll show you guys what the cards look like as I read them and talk to you about them. So before I do any more pulling or picking, I'll read these ones to you first. Ace of Swords. This is the beginning of a cycle of intense activity. The Spirit advises you to focus on what you need to do in order to manifest your energy in creative, productive ways. This person is clearly unfocused. Everything good and everything around them, all their activities that they should be focusing on, is just flying up in the air. However, this is the Ace, so it is a new beginning. A new beginning in your creative endeavors, are just in focusing, period. Ace of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. After much work and effort, you feel as though there are no lights at the end of the tunnel. Spirit is advising you to be patient and know that a reward is coming if you wait. Don't run away, because this person looks like they're running away from their problems. Just be smooth and just wait it out, and you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. However, with the Five of Pentacles, this person was left out in the cold when their lover died and passed on beyond the grave. Usually, like, this card relates to love. Like, when you see the Three of Swords with this card, it's like somebody stabbed you in their heart, because they cheated on you, or added a third situation to your story, and then this card comes to say that you felt left out. Or like in work and businesses, sometimes you might get left out by your career or your coworkers or whatever. But in this deck, it's basically telling you to remember to that well, it's the same, but it's just this isn't related to love as of right now. This could be for anything. I don't know what this story is coming out about, but it's saying that things might not work out like you thought that they would. So instead of mourning your losses, let go and move on. Because this person has left. This is now a spirit, and this is the love of her life, mourning her, wanting her to come back, but she's obviously not coming back to him. So it's time for him to move on. So this could be regarding a relationship, but it can be for anything. It's whatever resonates with you at this point. Now, when you decide to move on, and this could very easily be a love reading. This can be about you loving somebody and wanting to make things right or keep things going, but so much happened in the relationship that it went all up in the air. You start running away, but Spirit is urging you to take your time, slow down, and wait. However, you cannot stop thinking about the pain that was caused when this person left you or when you had to part ways with this person. And then the Three of Cups. That can be anything revolving around a third-party situation. However, this is not a love reading. This is a general reading, so apply it where it goes. Where we left off is you will see the light at the end of the tunnel if you just slow down and wait. And you might be rewarded if you're just to move on. Now, once you move on, this is when the reward comes with the Three of Cups. This card, it encompasses harmony and abundance. And creativity will come through once you embrace the energy around you. So it's like, okay, yes, bad things have happened and it's time to move forward. But when you embrace the newness that is around you or currently surrounding you, then, you know, your creativity will emerge. So instead of being in a stuck place and can't think straight, be patient. Get yourself unstuck by moving on from whatever the idea or situation originally was, and your creativity will shine through. Let's pull some more cards. Let me know if this resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can thumbs down it if you want to, or you can just move on. But if it does resonate in any type of way, please let me know, because you should know that I am curious. Very curious person. That's why my nosy ass be looking at tarot cards, because I need to know. And I'm sure you need to know some stuff too. That's why your nosy ass is looking at tarot cards. We the same, friend. We the same. Okay. So you got Nine of Swords, the High Priest, Three of Pentacles, Couple of threes here. 8 of Cups. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, so picking up where we left off. The 3 of Cups is saying if you were to move on and absorb the new energy around you, then creativity will emerge from your situation. But then the 9 of Swords comes to remind you that you might still have some fears and hopelessness lingering around you. You might see this opportunity and miss this opportunity. So please don't miss the opportunity to go forward. Like if you're getting out of a bad situation with somebody and there's an old friend or an old lover that is continually offering to help you out or hang out with you, don't stay stuck in this energy. I'm sorry that this reading has come out like this, but it's showing that it's over. It's dead and gone. The relationship is over. The job is over. The housing situation is over. Somebody has died and moved on, or the situation is dead and gone. So just get unstuck. Get unstuck. Get unstuck. Get unstuck. Get unstuck. Get unstuck. Somebody's trying to hang out with you, if somebody's trying to offer you a new job, if somebody is offering you a new place, something new that is trying to enter your life, and if you are to accept it and enjoy it and go on with it, then good things will happen. However, it seems that I'm talking to somebody that is suffering in pain too bad to move forward. I mean, you're gonna move forward, but this card means that you're absorbing the despair. You're absorbing like a lingering stuck feeling. Like you're in a stagnant pool of hopelessness. Something hurt you really, really bad. Or maybe you're dealing with depression. And I mean, a lot of us are. Depression, anxiety, and sorrow. But it's time to come out of it. So, this is my first deck with the High Priest card. Usually I only have decks with High Priestess, so I like this one. This is the picture of an apparition. Apparitions are usually ghosts of the dead who manifest to convey a message. They typically appear through limited visual perception and are often heard or sensed but not seen. Some apparitions are deceased souls who briefly visit friends and relatives, while others may haunt particular individuals or places. Some appearances can initiate good luck, but others can be trying to tell you about an impending crisis or about something very important that's gonna happen and there's like no way around it. The apparition will come to urge you that it's really happening, like through dreams or visions or voices, but it'll usually be a vision of a ghostly figure. This apparition appears as an energy to deliver an important message. I don't know if you guys know what orbs are, but these little circles are orbs. Usually people that are clairvoyant can see orbs. I used to always see them when I was younger, and I used to get like really, really scared. But my mom told me, or somebody in my family told me I had a vision problem. And they took me to get glasses. But orbs, they're lights. They represent souls that are traveling to the higher planes of consciousness. So, yeah, they can be you seeing your own mind opening up. Like you can, when your third eye starts to open, you can start seeing orbs, but you just might not understand what they are. And they're usually not around you. This is just the picture. Orbs are something you can literally see right in front of your own two eyes. And they're colorful usually. Like it'll look like flashes of color, like green, blue, yellow. Like they can be circular but look rainbowish in a way. And they literally look like flashes of color. And when you first start seeing orbs, sometimes your head will hurt. It's a very strange thing. When I was younger, I thought it was strange, but I'm glad that I continued on this path of spirituality, because now I know the truth, and I want you guys to know the truth in case you have this gift that's emerging and you probably don't understand. That is what an orb is. The open book symbolizes knowledge, wisdom, and open-mindedness. So there might be a because this is an apparition, so there might be a spirit messenger that has important information for you. And so right now you have the opportunity to seek guidance and advice before making any crucial decisions or before making any very important decisions. However, it could be regarding your depression situation, whatever is depressing you or oppressive to your lifestyle. I don't know. This could be regarding the job that you're losing, the house that you're losing, the relationship that you're getting out of. I don't know your situation, but however this resonates with you, be aware and be sensitive to the sound of spirit. If you are finding that you are clairaudient and you can hear clearly from the spirit realm, there is an ancestor or a spirit guide that's trying to reach you, and it might be through your dreams. Because with the orbs, I feel like somebody might be clairvoyant, where you can clearly see through to the spirit realm. So if you're seeing orbs, having eye aches, eye twitches, headaches, and you feel that your third eye has been open recently, and you can literally feel your consciousness traveling like in an upward state and to the higher planes, then you need to pay close attention to the things that you are hearing and the things that you are seeing. Yeah, because apparitions will come as a visual. It might be in your dreams. So with the Three of Pentacles, so this card is showing three women who are balancing their disc. Each disc has a different design. Pentacles, coins. Disc represents coins. Prosperity. I'm tired. My head is hurting. Prosperity, financial freedom, and abundance. But each one has a different design on it. And it just, the three different women with the three different designs represents the different contribution to a team effort. However, you might not be a part of a team. You might be doing this on your own. So if you can gather a team, if you do have two trusted friends or a sister and a cousin, or your mom and your sister, or two sisters or two friends, whatever you have, it would be nice if you guys could come together to exemplify the energy of all of you guys' creative thinking as a team. However, right now is the time to get busy on your projects by brushing up on your old skills or nurturing new ones. So like how I just told you guys that when I was younger, I would see orbs. I didn't know what they were. I was scared of them, and I was told that I had vision problems. But in all actuality, my third eye was being tampered with. It was being opened, or something, some type of awareness of a spiritual realm was happening around me. I got heavy into, well, I was very young, so I didn't understand it, but because it was so many things was happening, I start getting into spirituality and looking at different like astrology books and looking at different things. And I stopped for a while because I became a part of a church of Christianity, and a lot of my friends and family told me that things like this was not for me. Don't do X, Y, and Z. This is scary. This is bad. This is not right. This is demonic. This is crazy. Just a bunch of foolery. However, I did get to this moment where I started, where I became very depressed and felt singled out and left alone. I got like that. However, something came to me in a spiritual way. I had a spiritual awakening and realized what I had been going through but been trying to escape, run away from, and ignore, which was me awakening to the spirit, to what's really going on. And it's now that I'm brushing up on these old skills and nurturing my new ones. My new one is tarot reading, period, point blank. So if you have a story similar to mine, it's time to embrace a new skill or brush up on the old one. So this Eight of Cups. This Eight of Cups represents a man who, he came from a village or a group of people that they followed a tradition of sacrificing a living creature by burying it alive in the, like, it's called a dike, or I guess a dense place where the water is not moving, probably. I don't know what that is, but because he didn't follow the tradition, like the people that believed in superstitions, they were upset with him. And so there was a severe storm flood, and they told him to go and watch different points, but they told him to go watch the weakest points, where that's where people could get hurt or swept up in this flood. So they knew what it was. So the part where they told him to go, it gave way, like it sunk in, and the water kind of what is the word, like entrapped him or encaptured him, if that's the word, because he was somewhere where he shouldn't have been, where it was dangerous to be. Usually people have signs that say don't go here, don't cross this part, or at different beaches where it's known where deaths happen and where accidents happen, they will have permanent signs there that say don't go there. But they told him to go there, to the points of weakness. So his family was there too, and they got swept away in the water, and he had no choice. He had no choice but to watch his family be swept into these raging, crazy, uncontrollable waters. So he rushed in on his horse to save them, or not even to save them, but just probably screaming, "No, don't go!" And he got swept into and he died. So that is his spirit on the horse. No remains was ever found, but the ghost and the horse appears now during storms in this place. Spirits of the dead can be seen in the waves. And so basically, like, this card is saying that there's no stopping continuous tides of destruction. like nature has the last say so. So if it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. Kind of like the wheel. This reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Like whatever is going to happen is to happen. But this card comes out to tell you that you're treading water and you need to move on. Break away from entrapment. That is a word. I think I said that this looked like entrapment. Yeah, so it's time to break away from the entrapment that you are in, that you are keeping yourself in, and allow yourself to be free. So once again, together, this is saying something happened, and this reminds me of the Tower moment, but it's the Ace of Swords. But an ace means a new beginning, and a tower comes when something is ending, and a new beginning is happening. So some cards, some decks, the aces remind me of the Tower. So something happened that had you in a frenzy. You had a hard time, or you're having a hard time moving on and letting go. Spirit is trying to reach you regarding your situation. And they're trying to tell you to break free from the entrapment and allow yourself to move on and be free. I'm just going to pull a couple of more cards. Well, I can't say when I'm going to stop. Hopefully I can stop soon before the video stops. If the video stops, guys, maybe I'll just have to make a part 2 to keep going for those of you who really are interested. Oh, let me show you the cards. 9 of Cups. 2 of Swords, Page of Swords. I'll do 3 more. Oh, 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords. So, okay, 9 of Cups. This is a spirit that has befriended a boy. And the boy embraced the spirit. And when he embraced the spirit, he was found dead. But he had a smile of contentment on his face. That's the story in the booklet. But the divinatory meaning is that wishes do come true. You're flying high after overcoming obstacles that have prevented you from truly soaring. So you will get to your goals. Once you walk away from whatever is hindering you, you will be able to fly as high as you need to go. And you'll be happy in the end. Even though his story, his name was Diamond in the book, even though Diamond ended up dying, he died with a smile on his face because he got to conquer his goals and do what he wanted to do. 2 of Swords. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Oh. Whew. 2 of Swords. So this is talking about, all these swords. Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is telling you to end the old cycle, start the new cycle. Like to ground yourself. The 9 of Swords is saying you're stuck somewhere and to unstick yourself. The 2 of Swords is very similar in this deck. It's saying that you might be at a place where you're unable to break the stalemate that's paralyzing you. So you could have a friend that you've lost, a friend or a soulmate or a family member that you've lost, whether it was to death or to a fight. and you seem like you might be unable to shake the loss. This card, Two of Swords, then Page of Swords. This card in this book is telling you to trust your first mind, trust your intuition, because if you're at a place where you can't get away from the idea of somebody leaving you, you might walk into what seems like a good situation, and you need to look closely at the path that you're on and scrutinize the opportunities that seem too good to be true. Also, prepare for possible trouble that might be approaching you. Like, okay, for instance, this sword represents a new beginning, just like the aces. But then we see this wolf sneaking up on it. So you might think that you're at a new beginning with somebody or in some situation, but just be prepared. So if it is to the point where you lost somebody and you want to go hang out with an old friend or a new friend, just don't put all your feelings into it, because you don't want the same thing to happen. Or with the person, you don't want this, or a job or whatever. Just take your time so that you don't have to suffer from another loss. This spread has been a lot about loss, and I'm starting to feel like somebody has lost someone, or you're scared of losing someone that you love to someone that's trying to take the person that you love. So you could be dating a drug dealer and you feel like he's going to get caught up and go to jail soon. You could have children and could be involved in a CPS case and you feel like they're going to come take your children. You can have a tricky man or a tricky woman who's been dating somebody else and you feel like somebody else is going to take that person from you. Because the Five of Swords in this deck, this is about a man trying to hurry and get his sick child somewhere, but the spirit people comes and takes the child right out of his arms. Not literally out of his arms, but they snatched his soul. By the time the man got to where he was going, the baby was dead. However, this came first, and it's preparing you. The Seven of Wands is preparing you in the sense of telling you it's time to stand up for what you believe in. Do not flinch in the presence of adversity. Instead, you need to focus on what you need to do to get through it, to make it, and to preserve what's right. So if this is for you, if you're involved in a CPS case or some type of jail situation, or like I said, a love situation where your lover is dating somebody else and you're battling and thinking somebody's going to get took from you, then this is for you. Follow this advice.